What's going on, everybody? My name is Jake and welcome back to more Pokemon Crystal. Last time we took down the Azalea Town gym leader Bugsy and also fought our rival Silver for the second time, and we also got the HM for Cut from the nice charcoal producing tree cutting masters in Azalea Town. In this part we're going to make our way towards Goldenrod City, which is the home of the third gym, but if you remember, our egg finally hatched. Well, not really finally, it actually hatches quite quickly in this because it's given to you at a stage where it's already close to hatching, whereas most eggs take a lot longer to hatch. But it hatched into Togepi, so I wanted to go ahead and backtrack here to New Barktown and just kind of show you an item you can get for showing Professor Elm the Togepi. That Pokemon, the egg hatched, so Pokemon are born from eggs. No, perhaps not all Pokemon are. There's still a lot of research to be done. Thanks, Chris. You're helping unravel Pokemon mysteries for us. I want you to have this as a token of our appreciation. He gives you the Everstone, which is actually quite ironic because, yeah, he's talking about Pokemon evolution and how, like, I guess Elm really isn't focused on completing the Pokedex like like Professor Oak was, but it's kind of ironic that a Pokemon professor gives you an Everstone because, as he mentioned there, even though I sped through the dialogue, if you give a Pokemon the Everstone to hold, it will never evolve. So, like, for example, if I were to give Wooper the Everstone, Wooper evolves at level 20. If he's holding that Everstone, he won't evolve. So, I really don't know why you would want to use an Everstone. I guess, like, some Pokemon I know learn different moves when they're at their lower stage evolutions compared to when they fully evolve and they don't really learn as many moves, so maybe that could be a reason why, but even then, if you just want to cancel evolution, you just have to hit the B button, so yeah, I can't really think of a reason off the top of my head that you would want the Everstone, but anyway, now that that's out of the way. Also, when I last recorded, I mistakenly thought that I was recording on a Tuesday because I wanted to backtrack and get the free item you can get from one of the NPCs on Tuesdays, which is, I believe, the Silk Scarf, I think it's called, and that helps boost the power of normal type moves, and it turns out I was recording on a Wednesday, so that was disappointing. But like I said, I was going to backtrack regardless to show what item you can get from Professor Elm, even though it's not a good item at all. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and backtrack to Azalea Town and cut away, and I will be right back, and we will make our way towards Goldenrod City. Alright, I'm back here in Azalea Town, well, now exiting Azalea Town. I never realized just how small Union Cave actually is. You can get through it with using just a single repel. Because I threw it on there and I was like, I really hope I don't have to use up all my repels and have to buy more, because I want to use at least one here for the Ilex Forest, because you can encounter wild Pokemon like this Oddish here. But yeah, I slapped on a repel and yeah, you can get through the entire Union Cave, at least just the, you know, the required route to just walk through it. And I know there's that one NPC that's like, oh, it's so tiring to get through Union Cave. It's like, whatever. Anyway, let me go ahead and throw on, not a revive, our last repel. That little shack or whatever it's called, I know was like for an event for Celebi way back when, but yeah, so Ilex Forest, the trees are so overgrown, even though they're clearly not that big, at least on their overworld sprite. But so despite the fact there was this day and night cycle in this game, it'll always be dark in Ilex Forest, which is kind of a cool detail. But anyway, as the sign suggested, there's some free items on the ground here and there. I don't know if the item finder is in this game or not. I don't think it is. It might be, but there might be some hidden items here and there, but we will never know. I want to go ahead and make this long walk around to talk to this guy. Mr. Green Hair here. What am I doing? I'm shaking trees using Headbutt. It's fun. Here, try using it too. You get TMO2, which you would suggest is Headbutt. So this kid's just giving himself CTE for free, just for the fun of it. But yeah, so you can actually use Headbutt on trees and occasionally a wild Pokemon will essentially fall out of it, and yeah, you can catch wild Pokemon through headbutting trees. I will make use of that next part. I'm not going to use it now, but I am going to go ahead and see. We should have someone that can learn this. Okay. Wooper already knows Slam, so let's just go ahead and teach it to Quilava so that he knows a decent physical type move other than like, Tackle. So yeah, let's go ahead and forget Tackle for Headbutt. Soon enough, Quilava's going to headbutt trees over and over again, and will definitely get a concussion and CTE, so eventually we'll have a batshit crazy Quilava, but for now, we will not be using Headbutt. I just want to get to Goldenrod first. Got a Venonat, which actually, well, its evolved form Venomoth is just, for whatever reason, I've always liked Venomoth. I don't know, I don't really like moths in general. I did not know that you were a Pokemon trainer. But yeah, I've always liked Venomoth's design. I can't even freaking talk. We got a Bug Catcher, so... And he's using a Lediba. A level 8 Lediba, even though we have 2 gym badges. What? Why are you in the Ilex Forest? Why are you not on the route in between Violet City and Azalea Town? Or Union Cave, I should say. Anyway, Pidgey is getting close to a very significant level. I cannot freaking talk tonight. It's been a few days since I've recorded. I had quite the busy end of the week / weekend. But I'm recording this on Sunday night. I definitely want to be better at making sure to record ahead of time and on a consistent basis, because college football comes out, well, technically today, because this is recording past midnight. And I pre-ordered it, so I get early access, well, 3-day early access, but yeah, college football comes out today, and I'm definitely going to be playing that, so I might honestly record 2 episodes ahead of time here. That way I have some stuff to upload in the interim while I'm playing college football. I'm so excited for that game to come out. It's just like, it's not even the fact that NCAA 14 was that. I mean, it was a really good game, don't get me wrong, but like, it's not even that it was so ahead of its time. It's just the fact that it was the last college football game for the past literally decade plus, and now it's finally coming back. I really could care less if it's a Madden reskin. The fact that you can play with, 134 teams and, do the dynasties and shit like that, it's going to be so awesome. And I really don't think it's going to be a Madden reskin. Just from the clips I've seen, it actually looks like, it plays a little bit faster. The crowd and the atmosphere mechanics seem to be really cool. So I'm excited for sure. Just need to think of who I want to do my first dynasty rebuild with. I do live in Columbus, and I went to Ohio State. I got my degree from there. But I don't want to do an Ohio State dynasty because it's essentially starting from the very top. There's no build. So yeah, there's a couple teams I have in mind. But anyway, we're not playing college football, we're playing Pokemon, so let's go ahead and water gun this Sandshrew so that it faints. And Wooper gets some delicious experience. This guy has 4 Pokemon, I just noticed that. Okay, Spearow. Yes, like I said, Wooper is pretty much going to get outsped by almost everything other than other Woopers. And maybe Slowpokes and Geodudes, but yeah. It's a trade-off. Again, I don't know if the Quick Claw is in these games. I hope it is, but we'll see. Thankfully, unlike Parasect in our last playthrough of Fire Red, Wooper actually has a very good typing, whereas Parasect had a pretty bad typing. So that kind of compounded with its low speed, made it a little bit harder to use, whereas Wooper, good typing, decent stats. The speed, or the lack thereof, I should say, won't be as painful, I'd say. Anyway, I'm going to keep leading with Pidgey because I would love for him to level up. And this guy just got his Pokemon back from the daycare, which we're actually going to see very shortly. Pokefan Brandon Schnabbable. I know this thing can take physical hits pretty well, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to Quilava. There's actually a lot of training you can do before the gym in Goldenrod. Like, there's obviously these trainers here. There's some trainers on the northern outskirts of the city. There's an underground area that has a couple trainers in there. And I would highly recommend doing as much training, like fighting all the trainers, and even, you know, wild Pokemon if you want to grind a couple extra levels. Obviously, I'm not going to fight wild Pokemon, but I'm going to be doing all the trainer battles, although I'll do a lot of them off camera. Honestly, probably all of the trainers in the northern part of Goldenrod City, I'll just do off camera. Because again, we don't need to like fill in anything. I just want to do the gym battle because anyone who has played these games knows that the third gym in Gen 2 is notoriously challenging. So I really don't want to waste too much time with like filler episodes and stuff. I just want to get straight to the gym battle and try to win it as quickly as possible. Hopefully I don't get beaten. I like to try to beat these games without losing a single battle, and Fire Red, I was successful at that, so I'd love to continue that here in Crystal. But yeah, the third gym is definitely... it has a reputation that is well earned, that's for sure. Okay, magnitude 6. Say that shouldn't really hurt, yeah. If he gets up to like the magnitudes 8 and 9, that's when it starts to get a little bit scary. Diglett is one of the fastest Pokemon. Okay, of course, right when I say, well, if it gets up to magnitude 9, it might be scary. Okay, well, we survived, so that's good. And Pidgey grew to level 18. Let's go. And Wooper gained a little bit of experience. There are better trainers, yes. Just go a couple steps north and go to the gym. You'll find a better trainer than you very quickly. But anyway, Pidgey up to level 18. And our James, if you know, you know. If you know why I call him James, then you've paid attention to this entire LP to this point, and I appreciate that. But James has evolved into Pidgeotto. And the Pidgeotto back sprite in these games it's going to provide a lot of nostalgia for me, so there we go. So now we have two Pokemon in their middle stage evolutions. I'm going to lead with Wooper in this battle, although this girl has all grass types, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure she has a Bulbasaur, which I don't know how you got a Bulbasaur in these games, considering we are in Johto. And it's a Gen 1 starter, but okay. She has a Hoppip. I don't think this Hoppip can attack me, so I'm going to go ahead and get the free win for Wooper. Okay, it's using Tail Whip, but I'm pretty sure this Hoppip can't attack. I really hope I'm correct on that synthesis. That's just going to heal itself, which is annoying, but... and of course we miss, because if it can miss, it will. Yes, it knows. Okay. Yeah, Hoppips are freaking awful Pokemon. It's like essentially the grass-type version of Magikarp, although, as you saw there, it can learn some other moves other than just Splash. But what good is using Tail Whip if you can't attack? I guess if you're setting it up for other Pokemon. But okay, I was not anticipating... because I couldn't remember what this girl had on her team. I knew she had grass-type Pokemon, but I was not anticipating Wooper being able to defeat two Pokemon and get a level up, but here we are. And I'm not complaining. Oh, Wooper's getting close to evolving, and yes, there's the Bulbasaur. Alright. Well, I'm going to match your Gen 1 starter with my Gen 2 starter. Alright. one-hit KO. Very nice. It's like the passing of the torch. Gen 1 starter being burned by Gen 2 middle evolution starter. Okay. Let's keep going a little bit further. This right here is the daycare. Let's raise your Pokemon for you. So yes, if you walk in here, and these guys have a little bit more of a story to them in the remakes, but in these games it's just, they're just plain Jane daycare man and daycare lady. Okay, yeah. He gives us some... Okay, I kind of forgot that he gave you an egg, so I'm going to go ahead and deposit Togepi real quick. I meant to do this earlier, but just forgot. So I'm going to deposit Togepi because, yeah, I'm not using Togepi for my team. Again, like, the evolved version of Togepi is actually a decent Pokemon. Unfortunately, the fully evolved version of it, at least as far as Gen 4, is not available in these games, but Togekiss is a great Pokemon, but I just don't feel like using Togepi. But anyway, if you talk to this lady here, okay, so she's also going to tell you that they got an egg, but she'll offer to raise Pokemon. I'm going to go ahead and give her Onix because, similar to like the Violet City gym, Onix resists the upcoming gym as far as type, so it's good to just raise up Onix to get it a couple extra levels, and then again, if we have to, you know, if we're in, you know, dire straits in the gym battle, I have to switch out and essentially just use Onix for a sacrifice. At least it'll be a little bit higher level for it. But let's go ahead and talk to this guy again. And yes, we just heard your whole spiel about how you found an egg. Yes, it's super incredible. Very happy for you. And he gives us the odd egg, which I believe this one... I'm trying to know what the answer is. I believe this one, yeah, so, like I said, the egg you get from Professor Elm's aid is already, like, close to hatching. This one, it is not close at all. It's at the very beginning of its hatching phase, or whatever you want to call it, so going to take a lot more time. I think it can evolve into one of 3 Pokemon. Some of the like baby evolutions or pre-evolutions that were introduced in these games, they're just pre-evolutions to Gen 1 Pokemon, so I believe it can either be a Smoochum, which is the pre-evolution of Jinx, a Pichu, which is the pre-evolution of Pikachu, and a Magby, which is a pre-evolution of Magmar. I don't intend to use any of those Pokemon on my team, but if, you know, and I don't know the odds to each Pokemon of the 3 I just listed, but yeah, if you want to, you know, use one of the baby pre-evolutions, then feel free. Kind of a little fun fact about this battle, if you talk to this guy during the daytime, he won't battle you, but since it's nighttime, you know, I guess cops are more paranoid and on the lookout at night. He will battle you, so kind of cool little detail there. Unfortunately, Wooper's lack of speed not doing him any favors in this battle, even though he has the type advantage. He also was 2 levels below that Growlithe, which we went from fighting people with level 8 and 10 Pokemon to a level 17 Growlithe, so I won't call it a difficulty spike, but definitely a level spike. And the last battle we will have before we get to Goldenrod City is going to be with this goober here. What are you squaring up on me for? Jeez. Okay, Psyduck. Yeah, I'm just going to switch out to Mr. James. I just like... You know how, like, when you get older and you grow up, you still have, like, very oddly, like, vivid memories from when you were a kid? So, I just have this, I can remember it like it was yesterday. I remember playing this game on the Game Boy Color, and in my childhood home, there's a drive-in movie theater not far from my house. And I just remember my family going to the movie theater, and like obviously it's a drive-in theater, so it's outside. It was like a really nice summer night, and I just remember playing this game, and using Pidgeotto, my Pidgeotto that was named James. So it's kind of weird. The human brain is fascinating, but yeah, it's kind of weird how you just vividly remember the most random things from when you were a kid, and that's one of them for me. So anyway, enough nostalgia. Let's go ahead and get to Goldenrod City, which is the biggest city in the game. And I think I mentioned this when we were playing Fire Red, but well, I don't even know if it's a staple anymore, because my memory of, especially Gen 3, I really haven't gotten far in Gen 3, but like Gen 4, I know Gen 5 pretty well too, but the first two games at least, there's a staple of these like super marts essentially. Goldenrod is the home of the Goldenrod City department store, which is just a Pokemon mart on steroids. But anyway, we'll go ahead and explore around Goldenrod City next part. And like I said, I might do a bug catching contest, which is just north of Goldenrod City at the National Park. I need to make sure I correlate that with what day the bug catching contests are on, because I think it's like every other day. Anyway, let's go ahead and heal up really quick. Yes, Nurse Joy, I know you can heal my Pokemon to perfect health. Thank you, Sugar. Alright. So, we got to Goldenrod City in this part, which, good amount of progress. I know it wasn't super exciting because, yeah, we were just fighting a bunch of random trainers, but next part I'm actually going to catch a Pokemon for the team, so I'm going to have to backtrack a little bit to find it, but I'll lead off with that, and then like I said, we'll explore around Goldenrod a little bit. We'll probably do a bug catching contest, but I'm not really going to do any more NPC trainer battles, at least the ones in Goldenrod, because like I said, I want to do the bug catching contest and kind of show some of the stuff in Goldenrod, and then I want to get straight to the gym battle because it's going to be a tough one, but I'm also excited for it. So yeah, next time Pokemon Crystal, we'll go ahead and catch a new team member, explore around Goldenrod, and then get prepared for the gym battle because it's going to be the toughest one yet. So again, thank you guys so much for watching this part. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.